So my name is Jeff Imalaba. Now, let me say this before we get into the game itself. What you're going to see today is something you've never seen in this game before in real estate. It's never been in any of this. It's not even exist in the US. Now, one of the things I love to do is to work with serious people. And I believe if you guys are here, I mean, you're serious and you're not curious, then that's the kind of investors that I work with. Now, this is not a coaching program. This is not another system. This is not another, oh, let me go do this. No, no, no. This is something uniquely different. Now, today, at the gatekeeping phase is what we're talking about. We call it the deal score level. What you're going to learn is how real estate investors are avoiding losses of over $7,000 due diligence losses using what we call the 60-second deal score. Now, let me break down a few facts that we need to understand here. Number one is this. The cycle of a buyer in real estate, like you said, Malik, you've been in the game, so you understand this right now. The cycle of a buyer in real estate is they go on listing sites, they go on the MLS, or their agent call them, they go on Zillow. Everybody knows those platforms. They go into those sites, they see a property, they like the property, maybe they walk in, they see what it is, they see the pictures, they see everything. If it's multi-family units, a commercial property, a single, whatever it is, doesn't matter. They see the property. Now, for the owner, the seller, to take that property off the market, buyers put down non-refundable due diligence fee. In some instances, there are cases where the seller is trying to find ways of giving you, different leeways. However, buyers put down non-refundable due diligence fee. They put down NS money deposits. Those two fees by across the US are standard fees. Now, the issue with those fees is you can pay anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 at a bare minimum. The other fees which are optional are, one, your inspection fee, which is something I highly recommend you do an inspection before you close the property, and you pay what they call an appraisal. Now, those four fees, the appraisal, are very critical fees. And so today, that's why I said what you're going to see today is something you've not seen before. Even your agent is not aware of it. That's why I said before, I love to work with serious people and not those ones who are curious. Stacy, thanks for joining. Can you unmute your mic and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear and where you're joining in from, Stacy? Give me a one, Stacy, if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, doing great.
Awesome. I love the energy. I love the energy. Yeah, go on, please. Go on.
I'm coming in from Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
I see.
excited to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, 100%. 100%. I love the energy. I love the energy. And Stacey, let me ask you this. Um, are you someone who is brand new to real estate, or you've been in the game for some time, you have experience? Where are you at in the whole scenario?
Brand new, ready to invest,
Okay.
and looking at properties in Orlando area currently.
Orlando area. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So what you're going to hear today, like I was telling Malik, Malik has been in it for about 4 years plus now. So what you're going to see today is something your agent does not even know about this. As a matter of fact, I have Keller Williams, I have Berkshire Hathaway lined up for me to do this presentation to them here in North Carolina. They've booked me. They said, Jeff, we're booking you. We want to come and see, because there are few agents who work with me in closing deals. They were shocked when they saw what I'm going to show to you guys today. And I'm going to demonstrate. This is not just talk. You know, when people say talk, 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 I don't have time for talk. I'm an action guy. I don't have that. This is not a coaching program, Stacy. This is not another, no, there's not another system. I deal with speed, and this is about speed. What you're going to see today is in seconds, 60 seconds. You're going to see something that you've not seen before. And I'm going to explain why that is important. Now, so this is the background. Because you are new, I'm going to explain again this logic. When an investor wants to buy a property, it can be any asset class. It can be single family units. It can be multi. It can be commercial. When they go on listing sites, or they call their agent, their broker, or they go on MLS, Zillow, Craigslist, LoopNet, they see a property, they put it on contract. If they like that property, they put it on contract, because that's the only scenario open in the US right now. You, the buyer, once you put that property on contract, you have to pay what they call a non-refundable due diligence fee. That's number one. Number two, you pay an earnest money deposit. Those two fees are compulsory across the board. In some instances, some buyers can say, some sellers can say, don't worry, I will give you this, I will give you that to knock off those fees. But across the board, it's a standard fee. The two other fees, which I recommend in real estate, is your appraisal and your inspection. Those two fees are optional. Sometimes some buyers will say, I'm moving fast. I saw that a lot in the pre-pandemic period. I'm moving fast. So they had what they call an appraisal gap. So anytime I'm using that you don't understand, just type on the chat. I'm monitoring all the screens, and then I will explain that breakdown. Now, let's go back to what we were saying. When buyers put these fees up front, what happened is this. They now go in and inspect the property. But what you're going to see today is something unique. The important fact here is most people or most investors, they don't lose money on the purchase. They lose money before they ever own the property. That's the first key fact I want you guys to take today. Because most people don't really know what is hiding under the surface until they pay those fees. It's after you pay those fees that you can now begin to discover major things. And today, you will learn how smart investors are avoiding this trap. Now, let me break this down in a very, very simple way for you. What I'm going to show you is something that will give you confidence without you having any fear factor in your investing. We call it the 60-second deal scoring system. Even if you've tried anything before now, listen, whatever you've tried before, this is a whole different game. And let me, because you guys want to play this game seriously. This is something I want you guys to understand. There are three important things you're going to learn today. Number one, what I'm sharing here today is something you've not seen before, and it's exclusive, extremely exclusive. So I need your full focus and your attention. And why is this so? Because the most successful real estate investors, they aren't those ones who wait for the perfect certainty. They are the ones who take calculated risk with backed by driven data, and they act decisively. And if you want to succeed in this game in real estate, you have to become that kind of investor. And that's the reality. Now, the other thing agreement I want from you is this is not just a press a button, let me go fold my hands and wait. No, you have to go in and then you have to go in and do the search. I'm going to do it for you. So you're going to see me do it, but you have to understand the process. Number three is if you say, Jeff, oh no, I love this, I want to work with you, I am here for you to guide you, to work with you daily. In fact, you have the opportunity for me to work with you. Now, let me give you my breakthrough announcement. I built InvestFusion to protect investors at the deal level. What I just mentioned earlier is called the deal level. That deal level to protect investors before they're getting crushed by hidden problems. And that problems, you don't have to spend a dime before you own that property to know if that property is a gold mine or if it's a land mine. That's the difference. Today, investors, my investors, those serious ones who work with me, they can analyze a deal in 60 seconds. They expose red flags. They validate the square footage and the value, and they stop losing money to non-refundable fees. Now, this is very important. This works best. One, take notes, please. Two, ask questions. If you have questions, like I said before, put that on the chat because your time is extremely important to me. And this question I'm going to ask, you guys have already shown me that you guys are here. You are here because you don't want to gamble on deals. You don't want to take chances. You want real data before you put money down. That is true. And I know that's what you guys are here already. You've already told me already that's what you guys are because that's what smart investors are doing. Now, today is about having a system that checks the deal like a private investigator before you risk your cash. Now, type yes on the chat if you want to spot these red flags fast, you want to validate the numbers instantly, and you want to stop risking thousands before you ever own the property. If that is you, type yes on the chat. I see you, Malik. That is it. John, I see you as well. Stacy, I see you as well. Now, this is your moment to stop that fear and start moving like a real investor. Now, imagine this. Picture waking up from now on knowing that you can screen a deal in a minute. You can decide that, okay, is this a bad deal or is this a good deal? In seconds, in fact, you are still in your bedroom in your pajamas. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go see 100 properties. In seconds, you can tell this is bad, this is good. You can tell, and everything will be laid out for you. That level of certainty will remove stress, will save you your cash, will give you confidence. Now, that's what most investors struggle with. Now, yes, what you don't need today, guys. Number one, you don't need years of real estate experience. Number two, you don't need to have a team of analysts. Again, number three, you don't need to believe what the seller tells you. You don't need to trust the seller's honesty. You don't need to spend hours and hours of your time digging through county records. Most importantly, is your money. That's where I'm coming to play. You don't need to pay thousands to find out the truth later. In fact, very soon you see so many testimonials. We have so many clients calling us, investors who have lost money in real estate, how they lost money to bad deals, sellers lying, agent not sure. All of that, we've solved that problem. You don't need to gamble on one bad deal wiping you out. That's the reality. Now, before we go further, let me share why. Listen, guys, Malik, John, Stacy, this is why you can trust this works. Number one, is built by an investor. I'm a real-time investor. I play this game across all three asset class. Number two, this is not theory. This was from a painful lesson I lost. I lost over $11,175 on one deal. And I'm going to share everything with you guys. The system is designed to be fast because investors are busy and is based on the exact thing that can kill deals and kill wallets.
This platform
Let's listen to this lady,
is a
please.
lifesaver. I had a bad experience in the past and I lost over $8,000. Come to find out, the property had major foundational issues. I mean, can you imagine losing $8,000 and not knowing what you're up against? I went into this deal blind, but never will I ever go into a deal blindly without InvestFusion.
She is not the only one. Now, this is the old way. I was trying to describe this just for those of you who are new to real estate. This is what people do right now. As of today, this is what we all do. They go on listing site, they scroll through listing site, and they trust what they see. They see what Zillow gives them as description. They see what the seller tells them they want to know. They see that. They guess because at the highest level, investors across the US are going in blindly. They guess on the comps and the square footage. They pay non-refundable fees and they find out later that they got played. That approach is what creates fear, hesitation, expensive learning experience you don't have to pay for. Now, what makes most investors try that even make things worse is they rely on those photos and those sellers' description. They use those listing sites like it's due diligence. They pay for inspection and appraisal too late in the process. And they trust those disclosure that says no representation. That word, no representation, is so powerful that the seller can actually know the condition of his property or her property and reveal not to tell you, the buyer, because they can select no representation. That's the problem. That's the loophole. And you the buyer, just thinking it's fine and you wire money, it's a no. Guys, this is what we call the new way, the smart start system. Number one is protection at the deal level. You have what they call the 60-second deal score system, exposes red flags before you send money. So before you send anything, you want to know if it's a gold mine or if it's a land mine. Number two is validation of the square footage. That is through the appraisal report. So let me explain what's the appraisal report, why that report is so powerful. The appraisal report is what the loan officers, the lenders, what you must do that to get a loan unless you're paying cash out of pocket. So if you want to buy a property today, the loan officers will send you somebody who's an appraiser. So, okay, go and do the appraisal. The fee for that is about $700. Listen, gentlemen, every time you run InvestFusion, you're just saving yourself $700 in your pocket. let us sink in. Every time, I'm going to repeat that word. Every time you run a deal on InvestFusion, you will see the appraisal report. You just saved yourself $700 in your pocket. And why is that report so powerful? The appraisal report is what determines if that property has built-in cash. I don't want to use some heavy terms like people call built-in equity, but just simple words, built-in cash. What that means in essence is simple. If you want to buy a property now and the asking price, the seller says the price of my property is $500,000, as an example, simple example, and you go and do an appraisal from using an appraisal, and they do the appraisal, and the value from the appraiser says the property is worth $700,000. There is a gap. Guys, if you know what that gap is, what is the gap between the 500 and the 700? In other words, what is the built-in equity on that property? Type on the chat here if you know the built-in equity on that property. How much is that built-in equity? John, yes, $200,000. Now, listen carefully. That's money that is built into that property. You can walk into the bank the very next day and cash out. That's the power. And that is what I told you, this is not a coaching program or another system. This is raw, backed, data-driven process. So with that $200,000 built into that property, we call it built-in equity. That's what the power of what you're going to see today. In an instant, you will know if a deal has equity or no equity. Number three, what does that do to you? Confidence. You can now find deals faster and build a because to grow wealth in real estate, there's a system, there's a framework to utilize, and that's what I'm going to give to you today. Now, why does this work when others don't work? Number one is built for real investors. Like I told you, I only work with serious investors, not those ones who are curious. Number two, it's an AI-driven verification that takes minutes, not days. Number three, it works even if you are brand new. It uses real-time data and public record intelligence. Again, it focuses on protection first, because once your money is gone, guys, listen, once your money is gone, it's gone. And it removes that fear, that turns maybe into a clear decision. This was when I was closed on the property. InvestFusion gave a deal score of 65%. This is the title company. So it's a 1-minute video just to give you an idea what's going on here. Let me just
your payment? Correct. And that's the money you're getting back. Correct. All right, those three things are right. The rest of the stuff's easy sailing. Any questions on this?
No.
All right. All right. If you will sign here and date.
Now, InvestFusion gives properties a deal score. I'm going to explain the deal score when we go into the screen very soon. So you have 0 to 100. Anything below 50 tells you it's already bad. It's going to tell you everything. Above 50, it means it's getting good. But this property I closed, it gave it a 65% deal score. Now, listen, we're going to get into that later on. Most people think you need more money to make more, or you need more deals to make more money. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. What you need to do is to stop saying yes to bad deals, to landmines, to those very, very dangerous deals. Because one bad deal, one mistake can erase your months of savings and progress. Because when you spot risk early, you keep your cash and you move faster. The result, you stop bleeding thousands and you start to stack wins. Now, here's what you won't have to do. Number one, you don't have to spend weeks learning complicated tools, because this is a simple, straightforward shooter. You don't need to pay fees just to learn the truth later. You don't need to rely on gut instinct and then you have hope. You don't need to wonder if you miss any foundation, structural, or zoning issues, because this isn't even about being perfect. It's about being protected. Now, this is not a listing site. This is not, here's data, good luck. And it's not another spreadsheet. It's protection, it's verification, it's deal scoring before. The word there is before you commit a penny. Now, who is this for? You already can tell. If you are brand new, you are an aspiring, or you are a growing real estate investor, this is for you. Who is this not for? Those who are not serious, who are just curious. Those who want to rely on the old way of doing things. Anyone not willing to invest in a tool that can generate 10x, 10x your returns. Those not open to using data and modern systems, then that is not for them. Now, some of you might be thinking, I understand, because whatever you're thinking has been exactly where you are. You think you did everything right. You're thinking, but you got hit with a loss that makes you feel, wow, why did I make this loss? Why did I lose this money? Because your money, your funds matter to you. Now, how do I intend to make this the most important 1 hour you spend? I want to explain why investors lose at a minimum over $7,000. I will break down the Smart Start system. I will show you exactly, and that's why I said I'm going to show you exactly behind the scene how the 60-second deal score works. I'm going to share real proof and a real case study from my own investing. And then you have an opportunity to work with me if you want to. Now, who am I? Let me give you my breakdown. I'm an investor first and I'm a system builder second. I founded InvestFusion. I spent years doing everything you guys have ever tried before. Manual verification, going on YouTube, following all these gurus. I lost over $11,000 on one single deal because the truth it was hidden. I built InvestFusion so other investors do not have to repeat that mistake. And why can you trust this? Very simple. Real world experience, real world investor is built from hands-on frustration with broken systems and hidden data. It's designed to expose what most tools can never show you. It's built on real-time data and public record intelligence. Case study from a proof that we verify. So what was my background before now? For years, I'm the guy you see on CNBC. I used to be on CNBC Africa analyzing global financial markets. I was a licensed options trader in 21st century options in Florida. So I was into stocks, forex, commodities, futures. So basically, I was the guy that you go to analyze global financial markets. However, I got humbled because those markets are very unpredictable. When I ran into real estate, everything just clicked. Why? Because real estate is real asset, real value. We all know here, sitting down, that real estate is by far one of the sure paths to wealth. But how do you generate continuous cash flow and consistent wealth generation over the years to build financial freedom? And that's what I'm going to share with you. But I also discovered the ugly part, the part that nobody wants you about, and that is hidden problems can cost you money before you own anything. For me, I was watching other investors do everything right. They still got punished. These guys are not dumb. These are experts because they were operating inside a system where the truth shows up late after your money is already gone. That's why I say this. Any investor in the US, all we do right now, before now, is we operate inside a system where the truth will show up after you paid your fees. And this was my waking point. I said, you know what? I was waking up early. I was researching for hours. I was checking everything manually. And then there's stress. And then I had that fear, that trepidation. What if I'm missing something? That is called gambling with nicer words. This is my big discovery. The same verification that those big players use can be systemized, but it must be simple for everyone to use. And scaling isn't about confidence. It's about you being certain that if you're very certain of your deal, you can now scale. Why? Because there's confidence. And that's the framework I built that you guys will learn today. Now, this is my aha moment. I didn't need more motivation. I was already motivated. I was doing this. I was sleepless. I spent 6 months just researching, going to inspect, travel around the city, travel around, spending time. And what I needed more truth, and I needed the truth faster. And if I could get the truth up front, I could move faster without fear. That, my friends, became the foundation of InvestFusion and the 60-second deal score. Now, that's when I said, you know what? This has to be my life's work. One, to protect investors from hidden landmines. Two, to remove the fear factor from investing. Number three, to expose red flags before they cost you thousands, and to make real estate feel clear, give you confidence, not stressful. Now, everything changed when I discovered that most investors, they don't lose money because the market changed. No, they lose money because the deal had landmines. And the landmines can be detected early if you know where to look and you can validate fast. And that's when I built this 3-step framework. Now, over the past few years, I've used this approach to stop investing blindly and start investing smartly. And it didn't just make me more organized. No, it gave me control. And today I will share that same framework with you because, like I said before, we are only here to work with serious investors, not those who are curious. And that's why what you're going to see today is extremely exclusive. It has never been seen before in the public space. And that's what you guys are going to get access to. Now, these are the 3 core problems most investors face when they try to scale. So if you want to scale, it means you've gotten one. You want to scale from 1 to 2 to 10. This is the problem that they face. Number one is blind deals. Number two is data overwhelm. And the third is fear freeze. Let me break down each of them one by one. Stacy, I see you, but I'm going to get to you. Let me get on this first. I mean, sorry, not Stacy. Sorry, I'm going to get into that. Okay. Number one is blind deals. What this looks like is this: investors put money down before they know what's hiding under the surface. Number two, they trust what they see on the MLS, the listing, or they trust everything the seller tells them. Number three, they discover the issues. Number four, they realize the numbers were inflated too late. And five, they feel like, wow, I'm one step away from getting wrecked. That creates that fear. Then the other problem is there's data overwhelm, because you don't know if you're making a mistake. You don't know. You're trying to find a way to get the right deal. And you watch all the YouTube videos, you listen to all those gurus you see out there. You try to do it yourself. You go to tabs, spreadsheets. You spend hours trying to verify the basic. You still feel unsure. You feel stuck. You don't know if you have a clear decision. You don't know if it's a clear go or no go. You feel punished for not being an expert. And that creates what? The fear freeze. That's what we call it the internal battle. You begin to second guess yourself. You second guess everything. You don't want to get excited again and get burned. You hesitate to faster buyers. You feel stress every time your money is on the line. And you start asking yourself, maybe buying real estate is not for me. No. These problems create what I call the investor fear loop. Now, the next slide I'm going to go into, I want you guys to take a screenshot, because that slide, that framework is the reason, the cycle that keeps everyone in the US stuck today. And I'm going to explain why. Listen carefully, guys, the more you lose, the more cautious you get. Natural. The more cautious you get, guess what? The fewer deals you do. Now, listen carefully. The fewer deals you do, the longer it takes to build real wealth. Now, this is what we call the investor fear loop. I'll give you guys a minute to take a picture with your phone, whatever you can do. Do that right now. While we are doing that, let me acknowledge Nancy. Nancy, thanks for joining. I know you're joining late. Nancy, just give me a 1 if you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a 1 on the chat. While others are taking a screenshot, Nancy, if you are brand new to real estate, give me a 1 as well. But if you're someone who has an experience, you understand the basic terminologies, give me a 2 on the chat. Now, this is what we call the loop. This is a loop cycle. Loop, you know how a loop works. Number one, investors find the deal. Number two, they put money down. Number three, they discover hidden issue. Number four, they lose those fees. And five, as a natural progression, their confidence drop. 6, they miss the deal. 7, next time they're going to hesitate. 8, they stay stuck. Number 9, they repeat the process, because that loop is a loop that happens over and over again. And nothing stops that until now. But this is the good news. There is a way out. We call it the Smart Start system. It breaks this cycle and gives you a clear path to verify deals fast. So you want to verify any deal. If you're playing single family units, multi-family units, or even commercial, you want to verify that deal quicker. You want to avoid losses. You want to scale without fear. Now, some investors have some myth. I'm sure by now we've gone past those myths, but let's just address those myths. Number one is that you might say automation is too technical for me. Listen, guys, InvestFusion is built for investors, not engineers. You don't need to be techie. If you can click a mouse, you can use this platform. So why is this important? Because you want to remove guesswork from your investing. Would that not make things easier for you? Absolutely, yes. You might say, Jeff, I've tried too many tools before and it never worked for me. I've gone to so many coaches. I still feel stuck. I still feel overwhelmed. I still feel, I'm not sure yet. I've watched all the YouTube videos. Listen, most tools only show you surface level information. They don't protect you at the deal level. They don't interpret risk. They don't help you decide fast. This is built to prevent losses first. Then you might say, okay, I'd like to handle everything myself. Now that mindset is why you stay stuck and stressed. Systems don't replace you. They protect you. They help you scale faster. Would it not help you if you can spot red flags instantly before you make an offer? Now let's break down what this system looks like. Number one is protection at the deal level. Most investors, they skip protection and they call it moving fast. In fact, pre-pandemic period, we had what they call the appraisal gap. A lot of investors, they were paying above appraised value. Now, those properties, the loss in valuation has killed a lot of investors. That is a no. You cannot scale if one deal can wipe you out. The protection step determines one, your risk, your confidence, and your ability to keep playing. Because the only way you can grow lasting financial wealth for yourself, your family, to change your entire family, to grow that serious long-term cash flow and long-term financial wealth is to keep playing the game. You cannot continue playing the game when you allowed losses after losses, buying bad deals. That's going to set you aside. And why is this important? It gives you an instant deal scoring. You will know in an instant, in a second, a good deal or a bad deal. Pass. you say pass or keep. You're going to know quickly. It's a red flag detection, foundation, structural, zoning risk. It tracks all public record information. It gives you a risk summary so you can see if that deal is a good deal or it's a bad deal. And it gives you a clear decision to go forward or to back up. Now, that is not fear. That is called discipline. The other part of the system is it validates the numbers. You want to know, is this property discounted to its peers? Does it have built-in cash, like we said in the earlier example? Is it worth me buying? Is there equity? Is there cash flow? Am I going to make money? That's the point you want to know. And that's what you can see in seconds. Everything, this platform is built to verify the value and the square footage. So you know you're not buying a lie. Because one wrong move, one, can destroy the whole deal. So you have appraisal verification. You have square footage validation. You have pricing justification. If anybody, this is the three principles, the true rules in real estate. Number one rule is never buy above replacement cost or buy above or over expensive property. So I'm trying to use the words that you guys can really understand that. That's why we only track properties that are 30, 40% below replacement cost, below asking price, discounted to its peers. You want to buy low, sell high. That's how the rich plays the game. So it justifies the price. It gives you the cash flow. You want to make cash. Because listen, I don't know about you guys. We all love to see that money coming into your bank account every single month when you're sleeping. And that's what you're looking at. And it gives you a summary and a recommendation in an instant. What does that do for you? You can scale with confidence. And that's where investors, the real investors, separating them from that. Like I told you already, I'm not here to work with people who are not serious. If you are serious, that's the kind of people we work with. Or those ones who are just curious. No, we call them dabblers. When you are serious, you can scale without fear. Imagine, you can verify deals fast. You stop wasting time on junks. In fact, one of my clients 2 weeks ago said, Jeff, what he likes about the platform is that it helps him avoid weeds. He said, now I can avoid all those weeds out there and go for the weeds. And you start to stack properties without living in a stress spiral. Why? You can move faster screening. You know if the deal is a bad deal quickly. Your confidence will move higher. Why? You have more confidence. You can move without hesitation. It gives you better deal flow, smarter growth. You make smart decisions. And of course, you have an opportunity of working with other experts who have been in this game for some time. Now, when you complete all 3 steps, this is what happens. 1, you stop losing money on preventable mistakes. Guys, the key word here is the word preventable mistakes. You stop losing money on those kind of mistakes. You move faster because you're not guessing anymore. You feel calm because you are what? Protected. You stop relying on sellers' honesty and you become decisive instead of being anxious. And your investing becomes predictable. I want you guys to understand that word predictable. That's how the wealthy grow wealth in this game. My investors, this is what they tell me. Jeff, I finally feel in control. I stopped wasting time on deals that were never real. I don't feel fear wiring money anymore. I can explain my numbers with confidence. That word is the word confidence. I move fast because I'm not second guessing myself. The results, my friends, speak for themselves. On November 25, 2025, some of you joined late, so those of who joined early have seen the video already. I closed on a property that InvestFusion scored 65%. So let me explain this. That's 65%. Every deal, every property it goes through the platform has a deal score, a clear deal score. You see clearly now. I'm going to demonstrate that to you guys very soon. It gives you a clear deal score. You will know, is it a good deal or bad deal? Once you see anything below 50, from 0 to 50, tells me something is wrong with that property. Anything above 50, 50, 67. As a matter of fact, today, I'm going to shock you guys with the property I'm going to show to you guys today. You guys will be shocked. Just listen. Just give me some few minutes. You guys will say that. So the property is called a 65% deal score. The platform says that property had no foundation issues, no structural damage. It validated its square footage and it validated the appraisal report. Well, guess what we did? We sent in an appraiser to appraise the property. Everything InvestFusion found, it's what the platform found. We sent in an inspector. What the platform found is what the inspector validated. Everything validation. And the result, see, right now we have so many testimonials we cannot even go over and over again. This couple, Dave and Daphne, they were about to make a mistake that will cost them $500,000 until they found InvestFusion. It says here, we almost made a $500,000 mistake on a bad real estate deal, but InvestFusion flagged the risk we hadn't seen, saving us from a loss and guiding us to a smarter investment that made $180K in profit. Now we'll never buy without it.
Over $7,000, and I did not even own the property. Went to a listing site, and after paying my non-refundable fees, I realized the property had foundation issues, and instantly all my savings were gone. I cried for weeks. I lost my confidence. I was lost until a very good friend told me about InvestFusion. First, I was skeptical like most of you right now. However, I gave it a try. And in just 60 seconds, InvestFusion was able to detect properties with foundation issues. This is unbelievable. I was totally shocked. Stop throwing your money away to non-refundable fees by buying blindly and trusting listing sites like they care about you. Use InvestFusion to verify fast.
Now, here's what I find most powerful. This is not just a tool. It's about getting your confidence back, because once you stop bleeding money on bad deals, listen carefully, you start to play to win. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds good. What's the catch? My business is different, or maybe my niche is different. I'm not tech savvy. All those, listen carefully. Truth is truth. Records are record. Risk don't care about your strategy. In real estate, for those who are new, there are two ways investors or your coaches will teach you real estate. They will teach you for either built-in equity or for cash flow. InvestFusion combines both. It doesn't matter what your strategy is. Risk is important. Risk signal don't care about what system you use, because this is built to adapt to giving you verification fast and not guesswork. That's the difference. Now you say, I don't have time, Jeff, to learn another tool. No, that's why this is built around speed. You don't have to spend 6 hours. I used to spend months because I do not trust what the seller would tell me. I would drive around the properties. I would go and do some investigation myself. Listen, that old way is gone. You need answers fast so you can move fast. And that's why it's called the 60-second analysis. Now, what if, Jeff, I'm not tech savvy? You don't need to be. This is built for investors. If my kids can use this, 100% you can use this. And then you say, Jeff, listen, I've tried different tools before and they've never helped me. Number one, most tools only show you information. They don't protect you. They don't interpret risk. They don't warn you early. Not taking action costs you more than you think, because the next bad deal won't ask for permission before it takes your money away. Now, what most investors, the ones that get the best result, they have something in common. Like I said before, why is this important? Why are the most successful real estate investors? These are the ones, they're not, these ones, they don't wait for perfect certainty. They are the ones who take calculated risk with the data they have to act decisively. And if you want to succeed in real estate, if you really want to succeed, you have to become that kind of an investor. And those investors, guess what? They stop hoping and they start verifying. They stop trusting maybe. They start asking for the truth. And they move with a system, not emotions. If you are still with me, that tells me something about all of you right now. You guys are serious and you're not here You're not curious. You are a serious investor who wants to transform their life. You want constant cash flow and long-term wealth. And that's what you are. You are not here to play. You are here to build real wealth. And you want to stop paying tuition to bad deals. So here's my question for you. If you could remove all the guesswork from investing, all the guesswork, would that not make things easier for you? If you could instantly spot red flags before you make an offer, that's before you spend a dime, would that not be important to you? Type 1 on the chat if that makes sense, guys. If that makes sense, type 1 on the chat. Let me be sure that you guys are with me, guys. Would that not make sense to you guys? Absolutely. So normally, people always say, Jeff, I can pull the trigger again. I can stop being scared of losing money. I scale without second guessing anymore. I stop wasting time on deals. We get so many testimonials, and that's what we build the system for. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. This isn't just about finding a deal. This is about protecting your money, because the fastest way to quit in any fails of life is one painful loss you don't see coming. Now, most investors, they think non-refundable fees are just part of the game because they are used to that. They say, don't worry, I'll just wire money, it's fine. Don't worry, it's just money. No. The truth is most of those losses are preventable. And here's why. When you can verify upfront, you verify the risk, the value, the square footage, you stop paying to discover problems later in your life. And the result, you keep your cash and your confidence. Guys, listen carefully. Now, I want to address something very carefully here. Malik, Yvette, John, Nancy, Stacy, I want you guys to listen carefully. What I'm going to share with you next now is something I have never, ever shared before. This is extremely exclusive. Usually, I reserve this for my private mastermind clients. These are clients that pay me a lot of money, and they're going to be very, very pleased with me as I'm going to share this with you guys. Why is this so? Because you guys have not just shown that you're serious, you've engaged, and in fact, you guys are very, very zoned into what we are doing today. But before I tell you what I have for you, we call it, the entire package we have for you is called the Deal to Cash Flow Playbook. It's an entire robust playbook that consists of two things. But before I tell you what those two things are, let me explain this and who this is for. So if you are here, you are an aspiring or you're a growing real estate investor who desperately wants to start finding and closing profitable real estate deals so you can build cash flow fast and grow lasting wealth. But right now, you are stuck looking at property after property, second guessing every decision. You are unsure which deal are actually worth it and which one can become a costly mistake or a landmine you want to run away from. And maybe you've watched so many YouTube videos before. You've gone to so many other programs. You've tried different things before. You use random calculators, or you've tried it yourself before. But somehow, you don't have that confidence. You're still staying stuck. You don't have that clarity. And if I'm going to guess here, probably you feel overwhelmed, you feel stressed, you're questioning whether you ever confidently find a deal, your first deal or your next deal, and then you can scale. And that's what exactly I'm going to give to you. Now, what you need is a system, a simple proven system that shows you exactly how to find the right deal, close the right deal, avoid red flags, avoid those landmines, move with confidence, access funding, and grow your portfolio. And that's what I'm going to share with you. If you guys are okay with me sharing that with you, I'm going to ask for your permission. Type a 1 here if I have your permission to share this with you guys on the chat. Type a 1 if you guys want me to go ahead and share this with you guys. Give me a 1 on the chat, guys. I see the 1 coming. I see you, Stacy. I see you, John. I see you as well. John, Stacy, Malik. I see you guys. Now, so this is why this is important, guys. Now, before we proceed, Yvette, can you hear me? Give me a 1 because you just joined late as well. Give me a 1 if you can hear me on the chat. Let me be sure you're with me. Yvette, are you with us? Now, let me be sure. Okay, great. Now, listen carefully, guys. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go behind the scene and share my screen and show you exactly how this platform works. That way, like I said, I'm not here for theory. Let's go into the action right now. So I'm going to give me a second right now. Let me just go out of this screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to minimize all this thing because this whole thing is confusing. Now, this is the platform. We call it InvestFusion. I'm sure by now you guys have figured out what it's called. The URL is investfusion.co. So this is the URL, investfusion.co. Now, when you come in here, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to utilize. The first thing you want to do is to come in here. So I'm signed in. You can see my name here. I'm going to log out and then log in. So for you who is brand new, you want to come in here and hit sign up. You come in here, you put your first name, your last name, you put your email address, your phone number. It's going to ask for your phone number. You go in and put that as well. You're going to put your password. Then it's going to ask for a referral code. You can use this referral code. It doesn't really matter. The REF21243. You can write that down and put that referral code. I'm going to explain why later on, and then you can sign up. Now, let's go into signing. Since I've already signed in, I have an account. So let's just go in quickly now. Let me just log in again. Oh, sorry, guys. So now we are signed in. Now, the platform gives you access to search by either residential or commercial. So if whatever you're selecting, if you're going to go for residential, always check on residential. And then on residential, you can select either you're looking for a single family unit or a multi-family unit. So now let's just walk in. Let's say, for example, now I just want to look at a citywide. Malik is from Ohio. So let's just say if I go to Ohio, I'm just going to type Ohio, and then it's going to bring Ohio, USA. Or my gentleman from Florida there, that's Stacy, just going to go in as well and put Florida. Whatever it is, just put your city and your state. And then you can come in here, you select single family units or multi-family units. Select the bedroom you're looking for, 3, 4, whatever it is, anyone you were looking for. Give your price range if you want to do that, and then you hit search. Now, I'm going to share with you guys a specific research I was doing over the weekend and then share with you guys. Now, please don't share this information with anyone, this particular address with anyone. Just listen, okay? Just listen. I just want you guys to listen. And then, because this is what my clients are benefiting. And that's why you are here, to benefit from this. So if you want to search by a specific address you have in mind, maybe you're just watching, you're not sure yet, you're still scared, just come in here and you toggle on this. So I'm going to start and put that address here. Give me a second. I usually don't memorize addresses. Let me quickly check again. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I made a mistake already. All right, so that would be, okay. Now, you hit on search. Because so now when you hit on search, it's going to bring this box for you. All you do is to select all and select all. So just in case you're new to real estate, those of you who are new here, you don't really know, what does this mean? What does this mean? Just move into this, toggle to this here, and it's going to explain what each of those terms mean in real estate, okay? For the benefit of time, we're not going to go into explaining all of this. You hit your search. Usually it's going to default you out again. So all you got to do is to do it twice, because you're bypassing a process. But you can see it's going behind the scene to do the search now. So this is running through. So because you did a specific address search, it's bypassing the other window you'd have seen. It's going directly to do what they call the deal score. Like, it's going behind the scene to hit all 400 data points. What you're seeing happening now is any data on that property alive on the planet, even if the seller is lying, the seller cannot hide it. Look at this, guys. What do you see? Can somebody tell me what's the first thing that popped out here on the screen? If you guys are paying attention, what is the first thing you see on the screen? What did they call this opportunity? Oh, so John is faster. Smart. Smart buy opportunity. Guys, are you seeing? Guys, type 1 on the chat if you can see what I'm talking about right now. Can you guys see this? It says smart buy opportunity. What's the first thing you want to do? You go to the deal score. You scroll down. If you're someone who cannot read very well, just go down to the deal score. Guys, can you see the deal score here? 80 over 100. It says strong investment opportunity. This is the deal score of 80 over 100. Unheard of. This property is, what it just gave to you now, is unheard of in real estate space. We are not here to fall in love with the photos. We are not here to oh, the inside is, no, we're not here for that business. We are here for real data. Now, look at this. The first thing you want to do is to come on the AI summary because you want to get a quick snapshot. For those who are new, if you have a lot of properties, all you want to do is to see the deal score. Anything, like I said before, anything above 50 begins to make sense, but it's going to explain everything for you. The first thing here, it says the listing price is $219,900. You can see the listing price here, yes? $219,900, okay? The bedroom is 4-bedroom, 2-bath. The square footage is here. It says the price. There are 3 rules in real estate. Number 1, never buy low, sell high. Rule number 2, buy low, sell high. Rule number 3, buy low, sell high. Yeah, it says price per square foot. It says it's below replacement cost. For those of you who are new, what that means in essence is replacement cost is the amount of money it takes you to build similar property from the ground up. It says this property is priced below replacement cost. Now let's go down. So it's going to give you an insight. It said the property is priced below and explain it for you. You can take down notes when you don't understand what is given to you. Now, this is where the investment matrix come in. It says here, cap rate, it means 7.2% green. When you see green here, it means it's good. Price per square foot, good value. Now, this is what, this report alone is going to cost you $700. This is the report I tell you each time you run this platform. And your loan officer must ask you to go and do this report. Now, let me ask you now, Malik, you are someone who has experience. John, Stacy, Yvette, and Nancy. How much is the built-in equity on this property? Guys, I want you guys to, if you don't have a calculator, go and bring your calculator. How much is the built-in equity? That means how much cash is available for you to cash tomorrow on just this one property. Let me see who can do the math quickly. I gave an example earlier on. So those of you who came in late, you might not know that. So those of you who have been with me for some time now, do the math for me, guys. Who's the first to give me the answer? Malik, come on. What's going on? You are good with the math earlier on. John, what's going on? You don't know the difference? You are looking at, what is the difference?
12.9.
12.7. What Malik just said is built in. For those of you who don't know anything in real estate, what this means in essence is if you buy this property today and you turn around tomorrow and you call your bank, hey, I just bought this property in so place. The equity in the property is $12,700. Guess what? The bank will turn around and give you that cash immediately. This is unheard of in real estate. This is unheard of. Built-in equity in an instant. This report, you have to pay $700 to get this report. And your loan officer must ask you to do this report. InvestFusion. Look at how much seconds do we spend. It gives you all of that and the date of the appraisal. So even the seller cannot lie. It gives you also, so you can see now, the next thing is this, the property condition report. Everything we tell you. Like I said, I'm an action person. I'm not here to waste time because I don't have the time. Condition, he said it needs renovation. Guess what you're going to do next? Once InvestFusion tells you what it needs to do, it says significant maintenance required, visibility, high exposure. You can now use this opportunity to renegotiate with the seller. Already, it's below replacement cost. It has built-in equity. With this information now, you can now go and renegotiate with the seller for a lower discount. Guys, you can actually bump this built-in equity to more than $20,000 or even $30,000 because of the repairs, the minor repairs that is found on this property. And that's the power of what you have. Now, look at this. It said it's above national average. There's something the platform does that you guys don't even know behind the scene. It looks at the income of people in that area. It says the local average income is $148,000. It means where this property is located, people have disposable income. They can pay their rent. So if you have a high rent, they can afford to pay. Why? Because it's above national average. Guys, this is the power. Now, somebody type something on the chat here. Give me a 1 if you love what you're seeing right now. Is this amazing? Guys, let me know if this is amazing, guys. What you're seeing this. Yes, John? If this is amazing, give me, guys, just type on the chat what you're seeing right now. This is the power of InvestFusion. You see this final recommendation, it said investment. It says final recommendation, strong investment opportunity, recommended. So you're going to see if it's a green or if it's a red, recommended investment. That is the power, guys. And so for someone who wants to take the time for 1 minute of work, now for someone who wants to take the time to go and digest all of this, guess what you can do? You can come in here and begin to run through this, run through this, run through this. Look at the financial matrix. You can see this, cap rates. It gives you all of this, the square footage, everything you need to know, the replacement cost, the household income, everything here. The most important thing, what you cannot find anywhere, that's why this platform is different from everything else out there, is the risk assessment. Because the seller can select no representation and not let you know what the condition of the property is. You don't want to buy a property with a foundation or a major structural problem. So when you come into risk assessment, just toggle on that. It's going to give you the basics you want to know. So if it's maintenance, that's fine. Maintenance is something that is easy. That's why it gave it, for the platform to give it an 80% deal score. I did not even buy an 80% deal score. That's how serious. So you want to come in here and check for foundation. Never buy foundation. It's like buying a Rolls Royce with no engine. The next thing you want to come in there, this report alone, like I said before, each time you run this platform, you just run a $700 report. It's the appraised report. This is what your loan officer would ask for. So you want to see what is the appraised value compared to the asking price. That's why this has a built-in equity of over $12,700. Now, guys, I want you guys to understand this. Before we proceed further, let's go back to my screen. Let's go back to my screen and show you guys something. I want you guys to understand what you want to benefit today. I call it the deal to cash flow system. See, there's something called, what you're going to see today, what I'm going to give to you, like I said before, I have never shared it before. You guys have seen how the platform works. What you're going to get today is, number one, you will get 12 months, 1 year full access of InvestFusion Pro. 1 year full access. Number two, so let me do this quickly. I want to take them one by one, breakdown. InvestFusion Pro combines single family units, multi-family units, and commercial property. Tonight alone, I'm going to give you guys access to that deal to cash flow playbook. This is number one, access to InvestFusion Pro. Number two, if you say, Jeff, if capital is your bottleneck, we address that. How do you qualify for funding to over $150,000? Because look at this carefully. One, you have confidence. Two, you know the right deal. Three, you know deals that have built-in equity and built-in cash. Number four, you want capital. You have the capital from the bank, because how you get it is through structuring. We'll give you access to how you structure a business, funding steps that can actually make you qualify. So money will not be the excuse or the bottleneck. Plus, access to my private inner circle mastermind. This alone is exclusive. You get access to that. You work with me directly. Like I said before, I'm only working with serious investors. I don't have the time for people who are just curious, who are dabblers. Yeah, we do real deals, real numbers, real strategy. No fluff. This is not about another coaching program. No, this is about execution. You also will get 6 months. So we call this the deal coaching. I get to hold your hand for 6 months. You find a deal you're not sure of. You find the platform give you all the deal, and you still want me to do what they call a review for you. I will work with you one-on-one for the next 6 months. So you don't have to guess or just go alone on any deal. Why? You have the platform to serve as a protection layer. Number two, you have a team of experts working with you. Number three, you work with me directly. This, my friend, is your millionaire playbook. Also, the 5 points here you get is the off-market deal Rolodex. What this means is excess is there are some deals we find not in the public, not online. We know about those deals. We run it through the platform. It gives us all the numbers, and we share with our private inner circle, those platinum members. What I'm giving to you guys today is something I've never given out to the public, and that's what you guys are going to get today with using this platform itself. Plus, you have our ongoing training and support non-stop. But so what you are getting in essence is this: protection from expensive mistakes, a faster path to finding deals faster. You've seen how fast it is. Like I said, like Stacey said, for less than a minute of work. So you get protection from expensive mistakes. I lost 11,100 on one single deal. I said, no, this doesn't have to continue anymore. You get a funding strategy so you can actually buy. You get the guide so you don't freeze up anymore. And you have confidence that can help you do what you need to do. Now, you can imagine how expensive it is to run this platform. The fee has almost doubled on what we run this platform. But you know why? We don't care, because we want to give you guys quality. That's why there is no tool out there that helps you find behind the scene what this is doing for you. And that's why we call it the 60-second deal score. So I'm not asking you to pay for what it costs to build up what we used to run this. Let me explain something about cost and price. People don't understand the difference. Now, price is what you pay today to avoid any potential red flags in the future. Cost is what you keep paying over your lifetime by not taking care of the problem today. That's the difference of price and cost. Now, for me, when I lost over $11,175, I know how I felt on one deal. Now, Redfin, a lot of you know Redfin. Redfin is a company that does real estate news, also an MLS site or a listing site. Redfin showed that every year, if you guys don't know about that report, every year, buyers across the US are losing over $4 billion. How? Over 56,000 buyers purchase agreements get canceled. Let me break that down. When buyers go on contract, they sign what they call a buyer's purchase agreement. Every year, over 56,000 buyer's purchase agreements get canceled when they find out foundation structural. Because even your general contractor will tell you to back off that deal. Because those buyers, they already know that deal is a bad deal. You cannot buy a sinking ship. That is the problem most investors face. And that's why they back out of deals. And that's what we built a platform to solve. You don't want to learn that the hard way. Now, what else do you get? These are some of the bonuses I'm going to give to you guys today. Number one is access to my book called The 30% Rule. This is a quick step guide for those who are brand new. How do I want to know? How do I find undervalued multifamily deals? It's built around multifamily deal structuring, and that's the framework you have. Plus, you get our InvestFusion t-shirts, and you get our VIP priority support, all for a total bonus value of over $6,000 in total bonus value. And that's what you get today. Now, let me break it down. How do you get this? What do you have to do today? Jeff, you said, Jeff, what do I have to do? How do I get started? This is what I'm going to do for you guys. Let me do this right now. I know you all know that this makes sense, so let's just do this quickly. So we don't have to waste too much time on this. This is what you're going to do right now. Open a new tab. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you something unheard of right now. All we've mentioned, you're going to get all of that, but this is what you have to do. So go into InvestFusion. Like I said, hit on the sign up. Once you sign up to the platform, go on pricing. I want to give you something much more unique. When you come on pricing, do this. Click on this 40% annual discount. This was exclusive. Go on this 40% discount. When you toggle on this, activate this professional plan. Now, once you activate the professional plan, this is what you're going to do. Once you finish signing up, send an email to support, okay? I want to unlock everything my highest paying clients get for you guys tonight. Send an email to support@investfusion.co and say, hey, Jeff, support, I've actually activated my professional plan. Listen, for less than 100, this is less than, how much is it? $179 per month is less than $3 or $4 a day. So unless you're not serious investors, it's less than $3 or $4 a day. Go and activate this professional plan. Come back to me and say, Jeff, send an email to support@investfusion.co and say, I've activated my professional plan. You get plus everything I've given to you, and plus you get an annual 40% discount. Why is that important? Now, very simple. Let's break down this. Just in case you say, oh no, well, what's the guarantee? Listen, if you decide to move forward after our call and you implement everything we said to you, and you just use the platform in the next 7 days, which we know it's impossible. But if in the next 7 days you feel, oh no, this is not for me, I like to do things the manual way, I like the old way of getting stuck, we'll refund your entire money back 100%. No fluff, no talk, nothing. Why is that so? Because we know how this works and we are actually using this. No questions asked, nothing whatsoever. Why is this important? Like I told you at the outset, this is only reserved for my highest paying clients. But today, we're opening the doors for you. Now, what happens today if you don't take action is very simple. The old way, you still stay stuck. You keep risking your cash on deals you have not verified. With over 20 plus years experience in real estate, even agents are not aware on how to go around this. And that's why we built a platform to resolve those risks. Why? Because one single deal can wipe you out for over $10,000. I face that. The minimum buyers are losing. I said over 4 billion. It's a stated fact in the US. The news reports are covering this, but there is no solution until now. You guys are the first. That's why I said call your agent. They're not aware of this. You guys are the first to have exposure to what we do and how this platform works. So there's a cost and there is a price. For less than $3 a day, you want to avoid the cost of your lifetime. You want to stop risking cash on deals that are not verified. You just trust, you keep hoping that the disclosures, what they tell you on the MLS are correct. You keep hesitating because you don't trust the numbers. And you keep wasting time on those junk deals. And your time is something you can never get back. And you stay one bad deal away from another setback. That's what we decided. So before you can move forward, before you decide, ask yourself this: what is the cost of staying where you are, of letting fear slow you down, of watching smart investors move faster than you, of paying non-refundable fees? So if I lost over 11,000 on one deal, imagine making that mistake 5 times in a year. That is the cost over time. Because from 1 year from today, this one of two things will happen. You're either still investing with fear, moving slow, and hoping you don't get burned, or you are investing with a system that protects you, speeds you up, and give you that confidence to scale. Plus, you're not left alone because we are here to work with you. Just imagine this. From now on, the next 30 days, you are screening deals in seconds. You can see, for example, we did this in under 60 seconds. You can screen a deal in seconds. You're walking away from landmines early. You're making offers with confidence. You're sleeping better because you're no longer guessing. Real estate is not a joke. It's for the real players. You're moving like an investor who is protected. You're feeling proud of how you operate. For me, you're all adults. I cannot make that decision for you. But I can promise you this: if you're willing to implement and use the system consistently, we are here to give you the tools, the support to make a smarter, better decisions. Don't wait another minute. Every moment you hesitate is a moment of risk and doubt. Every day you delay is another delay. You're screening deals the slow way. Every week you wait is another week you could have been scaling. The time to act is now. So I usually get some questions. So this is the time now. If you have questions, feel free to ask your questions. You can type them on the chat. You can unmute your mic and you can ask questions. Now, this is some of the questions I get. So I'm going to start running through the questions from other clients before. They said, how fast, Jeff, how fast can I start seeing value from this? Number one, InvestFusion deal analysis is in 60 seconds, unless you want to move faster than 60 seconds. So that's what it does. In 60 seconds, you can tell if it's a landmine or if it's a gold mine. Number two, do I need to be an experienced investor? You can see I just clicked 1, 2, 3 steps and bam, we have results. You don't need to be a guru in real estate. You don't need to have years and years. No, this was built to remove guesswork. You are stuck right now. You are overwhelmed. You are stressed. All of that is what you want to remove. And that's what we build this. Will it help you if you can instantly spot red flags before you make an offer? That's the whole point, guys. So what's included in the ongoing plan and support? One, you get 12 months of InvestFusion Pro and the program components listed. You get ongoing support, live coaching. You have access to our platinum members access, which is our private mastermind classes. You have ongoing deal coaching Rolodex, plus all the deal access we give to you. You're not left alone to figure it out. You might say, Jeff, can this be applied to my market or my niche? I'm in Florida, or my friend here, he's from Ohio. You know, some of you are in North Carolina, or I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. It doesn't matter where you are. Your zip code, wherever you are, risk, records, value, square footage, they don't change. They're universal. And that's what we're going to guide you through if you need to. What kind of results are other investors seeing? Investors use the system to avoid. So this is why it's different. The key point number one is the key point I want you guys to take on from here. The first thing you just notice is protection at the deal level. Investors use the system to avoid losing at least $7,000 to non-refund. There's a reason they call that fee non-refundable in real estate, because they know they're not going to refund you. And sellers know that's the loophole, and they are utilizing that loophole. And that's why, according to Redfin, over $4 billion is lost every year. So unless you want to be in that kettle of fish of investors who are just curious, who are not serious, that's the difference. So for our clients, they move faster, they screen cleaner, and they find properties with built-in equity and cash flow. Now, so guys, this is the reality. Just imagine yourself now operating like a well-oiled machine. You can verify deals quicker. Your confidence comes from data. Your portfolio is growing because you stop bleeding money on preventable mistakes. This doesn't just improve your deals, it transforms how you operate. And the impact on you is no more guesswork. Guys, give me a yes if you love this, guys. Are you excited now? Are you excited to see this kind of version of yourself? Is this something you think, yes, this is exciting to me? Yes, John? Absolutely. Because the investor who stopped gambling and started verifying and built true wealth and will have confidence to play the game faster and more. These are more success from our clients. This is Mike here. Mike says he was skeptical about AI in real estate until a colleague used InvestFusion to uncover hidden market trends, negotiate smarter, and walk away with a $750,000 in extra equity on a deal he had overlooked. He said, now I use the platform to enhance my decision, not replace them, and I will never invest without it again. He's not the only one. This is Susan. She said, I thought I couldn't afford real estate until the 150K funding challenge showed me how to secure 50K in funding, in business funding. So that's something you guys have to understand. It's in business funding. We will guide you through that process. Even if you don't have a business, everything, we have that in the back, and that's why we call it access to that private mastermind class. With InvestFusion, she said, I found off-market deals. Now I'm actively investing without fear and without using my personal savings. Let's listen to this.
Don't be this guy. The moment you've been waiting for is here. The ultimate tool for real estate investors and agents has arrived. Don't fall behind your competition without it. InvestFusion is an all-in-one AI-powered platform designed to help you score better deals and as agents serve your clients at a higher level. With AI deal summaries and smart deal scores, you'll instantly understand a property's true potential, including condition, foundation, and structural risks, long before you ever order an inspection. Plus, you'll get appraised and assessed values, rent estimates, cap rates, environmental insights, anything you can think of, all in one place. Invest smarter, advise better with InvestFusion.
Now, these are not the only. So we have so many testimonials. Remember, guys, you don't need to be a pro to invest smart anymore. You deserve protection before you pay fees. You deserve the truth before you commit money. And you are not alone, because we give you support. Your next deal can be smarter starting from now. That decision is up to you. So, guys, listen carefully. Your new reality starts today. So instead of you just hoping the deal is clean, that hoping is gambling. You're staying stuck. You're risking fees just to learn the truth. Instead of letting fear control your decision, guess what? You become the investor who moves with protection and confidence. What your family will see is a leader, guys, a leader who stopped gambling with money, a person who built a real system, someone who made wealth more predictable. Because look at what you just saw today. You found a deal with 12,700 built-in equity. Imagine one deal. You can walk away from that deal with $12,000. You are spending about $3 a day. Listen, $3 a day to find a deal that gave you over $12,000. The mismatch is unheard of. In a month, you're spending about $100 and something for the platform. That's the point, guys. So you have a system that can build you predictable wealth. This is not guesswork anymore. This is data. You are someone who chose clarity over chaos. Guys, this offer closes tonight, and that's what we'll give to you. This is your decision moment, guys. You can close this webinar right now and keep staying stuck, or you can say, you know what, Jeff, I'm ready to go ahead. I'm going to proceed, and I'm going right now to close this. I am not here to pressure you, because the choice, my friends, is up to you. The time for decision is now. Will you be the investor who kept guessing, or the investor who verified and scaled? Or will you just wonder, what if for the next year? Or will you know you did a smart thing when it mattered most? Now, for those of you who are ready, you know what to do. Go ahead and go into the platform. to get yourself started. Let me know if you have any other question right now. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to see the questions coming in. So I'm going to be monitoring the chat right now. If I've not done that before, sorry guys. Let me see what's going on in the chat. If you have questions, John says it's on it. Okay. So guys, if you're still here, you have some questions, you can unmute your mic, you can ask questions. John, if you run into any issues, just once you're done, send an email to support@investfusion.co. The monthly fee. So the monthly fee, no, that's a very good question. So if you start with the monthly fee, you can, so the monthly fee, the monthly fee is forever, yes. So if you get the 1 year package, every year you're locked down to that price plus the 40% discount. So that $179, that professional plan, yes, you're locked down for life, all for life. That's the benefit of locking in now, because you get those bonuses and those discount plus that 40% discount you have tonight. So that's locked in for you, yes, because it's grandfathered in. So John, once you're done, make sure to send the email to support. Yes, please. It's only available for tonight, guys. It's only because right now tonight you are getting everything. Let me share with you what you guys are getting. Plus, you're getting, so most investors, when they see our videos, they go on the platform, they go on Google, they search and they see it. They can go to the platform and go and subscribe for the packages and get the packages. But you don't get all of those things I've mentioned, all those components. You don't get access to the deal to cash flow playbook, which I just explained to you guys now. Just in case you're wondering, let me go back to the slide again so that you guys can understand that. You get everything I've mentioned. One, you get the 12-month access of InvestFusion Pro. That you know already. Number two, you get access to our 0 to 150K funding challenge. Because along the line, you might want access to funding. That you can get access to that through this platform. And so through this webinar right now, you get access to that that course. Plus, you have the private mastermind training. So let me open that slide so you can see that. And that way you can see, for example, what you're looking at. Give me a second, guys. And that's the benefit of what. So you get all of that tonight given to you. So this is what you have. So you have the access to all of this. Plus, so you get 12 months of InvestFusion Pro. You get the 0 to 150K funding challenge. You get the private inner circle mastermind access. This alone is exclusive. And you get 6 months of concierge deal coaching, meaning for the next 6 months, you work with me directly. Anywhere you get stuck, anywhere you want to review, anywhere you want questions about, you get that access. Plus, you get the off-market deal Rolodex. Any deals that is not available to the market, those that are private, you get that access. Look at the deal we found today, only for our clients. And so you have, because we have a tool that does not exist in the marketplace. And that's why we're using this tool to find it. So yes, you can lock that down, but it's only available for tonight. I can make an extension. The only extension I can do is for the next 24 hours. So if you are here within now and the next 24 hours, if you want Stacy, send an email to support and say, Jeff gave me an extension for 24 hours. That is the only leeway we can give, because this is only available for tonight. So that's the only leeway we can give, and then you can utilize that as a benefit, because you're learning this right now, and I know because you guys are serious, and that's what we're doing this right now for you guys. So listen carefully. This is the game that big players play. This is how big players make wealth. And that's why I said you have to become the investor who is serious, who stop gambling on deals, who knows what they are doing and go ahead and make the right call, the right decision. And this is what we do every day. And we have investors. As a matter of fact, I wish I pull up one of the screenshots that was sent to me. So we have members within our screen, in our back end. This guy does over 100 deals every single month. But the problem right now is he doesn't know which of the 100 deals he has are great deals until he joined us. So all he does now is sit down in his bedroom, because before now, guess what? He's traveling. He has to go travel to that city. There's cost, there's time, there's flight, there's hotel. All of that to go and see, because you can't trust the agent. Right now, he sits down in his bedroom, sit down in his home, and run the platform across all those cities and states. Guys, just begin to envision the power of the time, the power of the cost savings, the cost over the years, all of that saved. So investors who understand what they are getting, listen, they're jumping, because this is unheard of. What you're seeing, there is a $4 billion problem in the US. Buyers are still, till tomorrow, buyers will be losing money. So you guys are fortunate. You guys are privileged to be here tonight. and you took action, and that's why you're here, guys. So if you have any further questions, go ahead and ask John. Once you're done, send an email to support@investfusion.co, and then we'll actually get you activated and let's get you moving. Others that have questions, feel free, ask your questions. You can unmute your mic and let me know what's going on. Okay, guys. So this is everything. This is what we told you. This is what we told you, and this is what gives you that access, because you want to be different from the crowd. You want to be different from everybody else. If you're looking for cash flow, real cash flow, and built-in equity, plus you want long-term wealth, long-term financial freedom, you have to move with confidence. You have to move with data. You have to move with a system, a framework that is designed to protect you. John, okay, John just shut up. So John, great. So you've sent an email already? Okay, great. So expect an email in the next 15 minutes from support. They're going to send you all the information you need, your components, access to the platform. Welcome, congratulations. How do you, let me look, how did they do congratulations on this? I'm not used to all of this. But yeah, you get the point. But congratulations, John. This is something we always let you guys understand. It's the power of tools like this, guys. And that is what we give to you. So guys, I'm going to stop sharing this right now. Come in and see you guys. Stacy, so Stacy, you got my response to you? Good. So John, congratulations. Listen, guys, this is something that we know will change lives. I've been in real estate now for 20 plus years, and we've seen it all, different ways, different losses upon losses, and that's what so if you're new to real estate, you are those ones who are very fortunate. You're not going to fall into those landmines that a lot of buyers are falling into. Just go on Google. If you go on Google right now, once I'm done, type InvestFusion LLC. Just see what pops out. You will see all the news media talking about this platform, talking about how this platform is protecting investors. Just go on Google. Just type it. Don't take my word. Go and type it right now on Google. InvestFusion LLC. Just start to see what they're talking about. So we get every day we get calls. We get the news media wants to know about this. They're asking questions. They want to know what's happening. What's happening? How is this platform protecting investors? And that's why we have agents from Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway booking presentation like this. I won't even spend this whole 1 hour with them. 30 minutes. Why do agents need this? One, it helps them it gives confidence to their buyers. Does that not make sense? It gives confidence to their buyers. Agents want to use this platform to close deals, and that's why they need this platform. Because if the buyer has confidence, if the appraisal report shows valuation, the loan is granted, the buyer has confidence to move forward. That's the difference, guys. That's the difference. And that's why we built something that is so powerful tonight. So guys, if there's no further questions, John, congratulations. Stacy, thanks you for joining. You know what to do. You can reach out to me. Yvette, again, thanks for your time, for paying attention. We spend so much time. I love spending my evening like this on Sundays. It's my best evenings with you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me and then we'll take it from there. But for right now, bye guys. Thank you so much, okay? Bye for now, guys.